The wealth gap nobody talks about. Imagine two people. One earns $30,000 a year, while the other earns $100,000. 10 years later, you'd probably expect the higher earner to be wealthier, right? But what if the person earning less actually has more money, less stress, and greater freedom? It sounds impossible, but that's because the biggest wealth gap in the world isn't between the rich and the poor. It's between people who understand money and people who don't. Most people believe wealth is simply about earning more, getting a better job, working longer hours, and collecting bigger paychecks. But if that were true, why are so many high-income earners living paycheck to paycheck? Why do so many people who appear successful on the outside struggle with debt behind closed doors? The truth is that income can make you look rich, but only habits can make you wealthy. Consider two young men, Jake and Ryan. Jake starts his career with an average salary and quietly saves and invests a small portion of every paycheck. While his friends buy the latest gadgets and chase social status, he focuses on his future. Ryan, on the other hand, earns almost twice as much. He drives a nicer car, lives in a nicer apartment, and enjoys luxury vacations. From the outside, Ryan seems successful, but behind the scenes, he's carrying debt, financial pressure, and constant anxiety. 10 years later, Jake has built investments, emergency savings, and financial freedom, while Ryan has built appearances, and appearances don't pay bills. The difference wasn't intelligence, luck, or income. It was behavior. One chose assets, the other chose lifestyle. This is the wealth gap nobody talks about. It begins long before money enters the picture. It starts in the mind. Some people see every dollar as something to spend, while others see every dollar as a worker that can earn more money. Every dollar spent is gone once, but every dollar invested can work for years, even decades. Wealth isn't about being smarter than everyone else. It's about understanding that money grows when it's given time. Imagine two friends each receiving $1,000. One spends it immediately, and the other invests it. At first, the difference seems insignificant. A year passes, then 5 years, and still nothing dramatic happens. But after 10, 20, or 30 years, the gap becomes enormous. That's the power of compounding. Wealth doesn't appear overnight. It grows quietly, like a tree developing roots deep underground before anyone notices it above the surface. Unfortunately, many people quit because they don't see immediate results. They compare themselves to others online, to people driving expensive cars, living in huge homes, and displaying luxury lifestyles. What those images rarely show is the debt, stress, anxiety, and fear hiding behind the scenes. Real wealth often looks boring. It looks like consistency, discipline, patience, and delayed gratification. The person building wealth rarely gets applause. Nobody celebrates an investment account or an emergency fund, and no one goes viral for making responsible financial decisions. Yet those quiet choices create something far more valuable than attention. They create freedom. The wealth gap nobody talks about isn't about race, age, or even income. It's the gap between short-term thinking and long-term thinking. One group asks, "What can I buy today?" while the other asks, "What can this money become tomorrow?" That single question can change your future, your opportunities, your family, your peace of mind, and your freedom. So if you're watching this and feel like you're behind, remember that wealth is not a race. It's a direction. You don't need to become rich overnight, earn 6 figures tomorrow, or make perfect financial decisions. You simply need to make one better choice today than you made yesterday. Save $1, reduce one debt, start one investment, improve one financial habit. That's how wealth is built, not through luck or miracles, but through small decisions repeated consistently over time. Years from now, your future self will either thank you for starting today or wish you had started sooner. Because the real wealth gap isn't between you and someone else. It's between the person you are today and the person you're capable of becoming. And that gap can be closed, one decision at a time.